Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to work on the pocket. And this is the flap piece, and this is a pocket piece. So for the flap, I'm going to go ahead and make sure we prep that. Make sure you take the marks and snip it so that they can match up. And then you take the right sides together, match them up, and go ahead and do a little pinning here. And it's going to be a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. We have it marked right on our 5/8 of an inch, and we're just going to go along and sew down there to the bottom. And go ahead and go on this other side and sew that piece also. Okay, so we have our flap sewn up together. And it says to snip the corners. So we're just going to take it, and we don't snip into the thread of our seam. We're just going to take and do a little corner snip. And that just kind of makes it turn a little bit easier. We're just going to take it and go ahead and turn it in. There we go. We're just going to take this over to the iron and iron it really quick. We just basically make sure that we have a flat seam. Alright. And then we're going to go along and do a seam about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch seam allowance along the edge of the top stitch. Just sew that along. Then on the top it also says to do a 5/8 of an inch seam, because that is going to be where it matches up later on. And there we go. We have the flap done for our pocket piece. We have the notches that match up. No, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. You see those stitches? I think they look beautiful. Next, we're going to go ahead and work on the pocket piece. And I have my fold line marked for this. And basically, for the instructions, so when we do it, we're going to fold it towards the right side. I'm going to fold it towards the right side, and then we are going to turn it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and press it. And it says in the instructions to press it up about 1/4 of an inch up. Then we're just going to take it and go along the seam allowance. And basically we're just going to go all the way around it, because that is going to be our fold line at a later time. for constructing the rest of the pocket. And did a back stitch. And there we go. Got this piece done. We're just going to go ahead and clip this corner. And then we're going to flip it so the top edge is flipped in. And there's my fold line. And that's the inside of the pocket piece. And that's going to be stitched down. And this is the front side. Well, let's go ahead and take you over to the iron and iron it down. And we're just basically going to go along where we have stitched and follow our stitch line. And follow our stitch line as a pattern piece. And we're going to turn up these corners and iron it down. And then we're going to fold up this piece and iron that down. And if you're following along with your own pattern, it's going to be in the steps for making the t-shirt. So the t-shirt and the t-shirt pocket and the pants pocket use the same pocket pattern piece, and it has the same instructions. And there we go, we went ahead and got it ironed together. Alright, let's come back over to the sewing machine, and we're just going to go ahead and align it on our pants piece. Oops, I forgot to take out my pins. Alright. And we're just going to make sure it's lined up on the... Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I've got to take it and do a top stitch right along the edge there. Right there. We're just going to go ahead and check and see. And so we're just going to basically use our 5/8 of an inch seam allowance mark and do a top stitch along that edge following our seam allowance. Just make sure that's all tucked in. And here we go. Alright, so there's the light. We can see that we did that seam. And then we're going to go ahead and line it up on this pants piece. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are getting it put on the right piece. So it's actually this piece that we're going to be putting it on. So we got to make sure that this pants, it's a left pants lower, and it's got the one mark on one side. And just kind of follow the pattern along, and it's got the two spots. And then I went ahead and marked it. And so we're going to take this, and we are going to follow our marks. Go ahead and line it up down there. I'm going to go ahead and pin it down so that it doesn't shift while I am sewing it.
I haven't even